Hello everyone, here's another episode of ZeroRaptor reacts to Transformers. Sorry. This is episode. See, they don't label the episode numbers here, and like I don't want to have to go and check the DVD every time, so I'll just count it from here. So we did 8 episodes. This is like roughly halfway through the complete first season. So here we are finally getting to episode 9. Yeah, so we're halfway through, and next one is Fire on the Mountain. Don't know what that one's all about, but I guess we'll find out.
Maybe I'm just spinning my flywheels, but those jets look sickeningly familiar.
They're Decepticons, Trailbreaker. I'd recognize their slimy contrails anywhere.
Hey, wait up for me!
Thundercracker! Attention! Transform!
No Earth-made steel is gonna be strong enough.
I'm in charge here, and if I say it's strong enough, it is!
Great working with you, Starscream.
Oh, mean working!
Why are all these like factories and stuff like out in the middle of nowhere instead of the middle of a city?
Autobot lucky?
Like, how do all these workers get here? Do they have to drive like half an hour outside the city limits to get to these places? I've always wondered about that.
Autobot, as far as you're concerned, it's losing time! That's what I call bringing the house down!
We're too late, Trailbreaker. The Steel Stealers are long gone.
Oh, hexagonal nuts. We better roll back to headquarters and report.
Yeah, never mind, checking, see if there's any human casualties or whatever.
It's puzzling. Why did the Decepticons take
Just
those
saying.
steel beams? Any thoughts, Bumblebee?
Just one, Prime. Spike, launch the satellite.
One Sky Spy coming up. If the Decepticons are cooking up something...
Wait, wasn't
they'll zero in
Teletran
on
just
it
cracked a
soon
few
enough.
seconds earlier? Gotta love those continuity errors.
The Incan legend is true, Megatron. This pyramid rests on a shaft made down into the Earth's molten core.
Then if the rest of the legend is accurate,
Oh gosh,
be master of the crystal of power.
this Bayformers too. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Magnificent. Starscream, bring me the weapon frame you and Thundercracker made from the stolen steel. I hope it is stronger than your customary resolve in battle.
Don't question my strength or the strength of this frame, Megatron. It will serve.
Forgive me, Starscream. You have done an excellent job. For now, the power of Earth's fiery core will serve the
I
Decepticons.
still don't get how this green crystal channels the power of the Earth's
The
core.
Sky Spy's over the Andes Mountains in Peru. Uh-oh. It's picking up a weird energy reading in those ruins.
Watch out, the Destructicon and his hanging balls might come after you.
Excellent, Laserbeak. It seems we have an intruder, but not for long.
How'd they know that was there? I thought Soundwave's supposed to know everything.
Look! What is it? A star? The power that destroyed it came from the ruins.
The ancient gods have returned to punish us. No, Grandmother, the ancient gods are history. But if the crystal of power has been rediscovered, we have much to fear.
Wow, thanks for that exposition. That's so convincing.
Absolute destruction is mine. You mean ours, don't you, leader?
Yes, of course. I have you to thank for this worthless weapon frame.
Don't blame me. Thundercracker swiped defective steel, not I. It was his fault.
Yes, throw him under the bus.
Starscream! Silence, you fool! You and Starscream remain here to guard the crystal. Skywarp, watch them. See they do no further damage.
Wow. Demoted.
There is a mining town nearby. We'll find enough metal there to build a workable weapon frame for the crystal. Any who stand in our way will be demolished.
Keep pounding, Sideswipe. He'll turn up soon.
He better. It's cold enough to freeze the ailerons off a titanium moose bot.
Bingo!
It's Skyfire.
Why'd they wait this long to dig him back up?
Skyfire, are you warm enough to transform?
I hope so. Thanks, Wheeljack. I just about had it with the deep freeze treatment.
Head back to Autobot headquarters on the double. You gotta pick up Brawn and Windcharger and fly to the Andes Mountains.
Brawn, Windcharger, there's a Decepticon formation below.
It's that traitor, Skyfire!
You sure you two don't need my help?
We got it covered, Skyfire. You check out the mysterious energy readings in those ruins, and when you get back, we'll let you play kick the can with what's left of Megatron and his merry machines. Okay, Windcharger, let's go.
The Autobot jet is afraid to fly.
Wrong again, you dipstick tape deck. We just didn't want him to spoil our fun.
Wait, I thought the Autobots can fly regardless. Why did they need Skyfire's help?
Your logic circuits. There's no way a midget like you
I'm just saying, they even established that they can fly without having to be like aircrafts.
I think old Laser Breath may have a point. Let's peel out of here, Brawn, and miss all the fun. Remind me to discuss your definition of fun sometime. I'm contacting Skyfire. Too close for comfort. Come in, Skyfire.
Read you loud and clear, little buddy. I'm switching on my afterburners.
Ouch! Hey, that's murder on my audio receptors.
You're celebrating too soon, Brawn. Finish him, Soundwave.
Oh, he's a normal little bitty gun again. I was worried for a bit. I thought Megatron was actually gonna be proportional to his, you know, gun.
Be left for spare parts.
Prepare for oblivion.
Why so hesitant, Soundwave?
After these messages,
Building up the suspense.
we now return to the Transformers.
Brawn, come in. We've only got one chance, so be ready. Believe me, Windcharger, I'm the readiest. Looks like Laserbeak's ready too.
I'll take care of this personally.
There it goes, that size disparity again.
This is it.
5, 4, 3, 2. I'm coming, Brawn, baby. Blast off! Thanks, guys. If either of you had been 1 astrosecond later, I'd have been a pile of piston dust.
What are friends for?
Speaking of friends, Let's go back to headquarters and rustle up a few more. We've got something big on our hands.
Okay, everyone.
How big is Skyfire supposed to be? Like, dude, this guy is gargantuan to be able to hold that many Autobots.
Prime, if my sensors are in sync, Megatron's heading for a mining town just up the road.
Good luck at the Inca Temple.
Thanks. I'll take all I can get.
Autobots, roll!
I'm too darn big to sneak around like this.
Well, at least he recognizes that. So why are you still sneaking around? Oh wow, a factory that's kind of within city limits.
The neighborhood. I sure hope so. Me and Windcharger got a score to settle. Welcome to the club. Let's get 'em.
That's a very, very thin wall.
Finish 'em off. Just what I always wanted. Let's see how Megatron likes a dose of his own medicine. Now that was a kick. Bring that back, you bird brain!
No one does that to me and continues to function.
I thought that's supposed to be Cliff Jumper's job. What is this person doing here out of nowhere? You're not even a factory worker.
You have saved my life. I thank you.
Hang on, kids. It's not over yet.
These evil creatures, they are the ones who stole the ancient crystal of power.
Thanks, exposition lady. They couldn't figure it out without you.
What's the birdie laser beak? What's this crystal of power?
I will take you to it.
The Skyfire's already there.
Skywalker.
Is there any reason for this girl to even be here when he'll just figure it out? Oh, then again, he is kind of big.
Watch the crystal and come immediately.
How dare you assign me to guard duty, Megatron? I am Starscream the Mighty. Have a good time playing Crystal, Nerd Screamer. Bye!
You got him, Screamer.
Secret passageway leads to the Inca Temple.
What? Don't look at me that way. You know, these fanfics exist for a reason, alright? It's not me. People have seen this in years.
Try your circuits extra crispy. Megatron would love it. But that geeky Starscream would take all the credit. On the other hand, if I let you wreck our new weapon, Megatron might blame Starscream, which would make me very happy.
Thundercracker, you putrid traitor! So much for the Autobot intruder. And as for you, traitor, from now on you will do exactly what this geeky Decepticon tells you, or I'll report your treachery to Megatron and I'll have you melted into welding rods!
The logic does not compute here. I think I lost some brain cells.
Decepticons, we now have all the steel we need for the weapon frame. Onward to victory! For our friends, a little going away present.
Wow, mass murder. That's the Megatron I'm familiar with. Actually, not really. Has there been a Megatron that's committed, like, actual mass murder?
Autobots, weapons ready. Commence firing.
Are you sure this leads to the temple?
Yes, I have come this way before.
How convenient that it's big enough to fit a car.
Starscream and Thundercracker, Skyfire is an excellent catch. In fact, once we rewire his logic circuits, he may even become one of us. And far more valuable than the two of you.
Bumblebee, look! It's Skyfire, and he's hurt!
He's always getting hurt lately. It's like the second episode of him, he's already hurt.
Perfect. Absolute perfection.
Does this mean like the bigger they are, the thinner their armor is?
10 Cybertronic energon smelters.
The ancient ones knew many things.
I wish one of those ancient guys was here now. This circuitry's way beyond me.
But it's not stopping you from trying to figure it out, Spike.
What we need! A visiting Decepticon!
Keep working, Spike. I'll keep him busy.
Oh, you already know his name. Alright. So glad all these humans are so accepting of Cybertronians popping in and out of nowhere.
Brawn!
That was quick. They built that gun pretty speedily.
I'll give you a battle you won't forget. Such is the fate of all who oppose me. Smack! Isn't over yet, Megaphone. Decepticons, melt them down!
Just punch him.
There! I think I've got it!
I hope so, because
Wow, all those years in construction helped you figure out to become a mechanic. Because, you know, the two occupations cross over.
never better.
Thanks to you. Hey, come on, guys. There's a battle out there.
Then let's get involved.
Oh, now all of a sudden Skyfire is so eager to fight, whereas before he was just a scientist. I guess not Bumblebee, Starscream treating him like dirt kind of fired up his revenge.
Separates the Autobot from the robot chicken. Ain't no one calling me a robot chicken.
I wonder if that's where Robot Chicken got it from. I mean, they do have quite a few Transformer episodes.
What did you fool?
Yes, let's destroy these very valuable ancient ruins.
You washed up Starscream?
Then again, they already did in Bayformers.
Kiss your magnafusers goodbye, Autobots.
Wow, that's a lot steeper than when he threw out Ironhide.
What's the matter, fearless leader? You and Starscream look real geeky. Maybe the Autobots aren't such wimps after all.
Does he have to make that awful thunder noise? I've got a headache.
And they call themselves Decepticons. I shall be avenged, Autobots. I shall return!
Do you think Wheeljack's invention will work? Without the crystal to regulate the energy, the whole mountain could explode.
With Wheeljack's inventions, you never can tell.
Okay, Skyfire, let's
Oh, come on, he's only made like what? A bomb and some dino bots.
Wheeljack, you did it. If I could see you, I'd
I
shoot
feel
your
he's
head.
being very unfairly treated here.
That's our cue.
I'm just saying.
Thanks, Auto Buddies. You know, it sure is nice when one of my inventions actually works.
Yeah, well, it's not that we had any doubts, Wheeljack.
But you don't suppose we could...
Get a fast ride back to town? We're on our way.
And when we get back home, I want Bumblebee to meet my brother's convertible. We call her Juanita. And I think the two of them will get along just fine.
Aw, shucks.
Wow, this girl.
The
Did they just invite a Mary Sue onto the show? Because I feel she's a very Mary Sue. Okay, so that's episode 9? Yeah, 9. And we're finally on disc 2. I thought we never would make it here with all the troubles that I've been running into lately. But yeah, we made it to disc 2. And halfway through the first season of Transformers. I really hope that girl is not going to be like a regular member of the cast. Well, I mean, Chip didn't really show up in this episode either, or the previous episode. I'm not really worried about that, but I mean, that's the thing with like female characters on these kinds of shows. It's just that they're not purposefully like, I'm not saying that I hate like all female characters, but I'm just saying they're like so not well written, and I think that the problem is a lot of the people who write these shows, especially in the 80s, they were like men. I mean, nowadays you got more women writing for these shows. Like, look at Bumblebee. Bumblebee was written by, well, not the script, but I'm just saying the story of like Bumblebee the movie was written by a woman, and it turned out great. And I'm not saying like guys who write stories are bad and women are better, J.K. Rowling, but I feel like people focus too much on the gender of the writer and then not so much on like quality, because I feel quality should supersede whichever the gender the writer is, and I feel the same should also be applied to characters. I feel like when it comes to like male characters in Transformers and other shows, it's like they put so much work on developing their characters. When it comes to like developing female characters, it's like, oh, I can't do this because female characters like psychologically function differently from male characters, and that's not a really good mindset to have when it comes to creating characters. I feel like the way to come up with a character concept is like come up with the qualities and the quirks or whatever you want for the character, and then decide on the gender afterwards. Because I feel too many writers get hung up on the gender of a character, and then they feel like they have to like make a checklist of what this character should have based on their gender. And that's really, I feel, is a very wrong direction to take when it comes to character development. And that, I mean, that's reflected in like cartoons of back then, and even like some cartoons today. Like sometimes you'll see like female characters, they're like the typical, oh, worried about boys and dating and makeup and all that stuff. But I'm like, there has been some like progression in that, but I feel like even now like characters are given certain characterizations, haha, because of like what gender it's been decided on or what like their sexuality is. And I feel like gender and sexuality should really be like the last thing you think of, because that doesn't really, it's not a significant deciding factor. This shouldn't be a significant deciding factor whether a character is a male or female, or whether they're like heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual. Like that shouldn't really even be at the crux of their characterization. The core of a character is like they should be a person, just a good person, and then you have like a person with flaws and other stuff. Like that should be like what is focused on first when you're developing a character, and then the whole like superfluous stuff like gender and sexuality should just be like a side note. It shouldn't even be like the main crux of it. I mean they succeeded with that with Chip, like saying he's handicapped, but he doesn't really allow that to hinder his ability to get involved with the fight against the Decepticons. I mean, you saw that episode where like he helped fight against Skywarp despite the fact that he was handicapped. So I feel like that's something that more shows and even movies should do, in that not making handicap or gender or sexuality be like the core crux of a character. That should just be a part of them that's just on the surface but doesn't really define them. So that's my take on it. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Hopefully I'll be able to get through the rest of the season before the year's over. So until the next video, this is ZeroRaptor signing out. Bye bye.